Yes, good evening. What a beautiful evening we have. Totally. And yes, I'm wearing my helmet, wearing a jacket, but it's too hot. Look at that sun. Isn't that something, eh? You bet. Just a gorgeous, gorgeous evening. Probably one of the nicest ones. We had some warm evenings early, but we didn't have these leaves and buds on the trees. Look at that. The good Lord continues to provide. We had a little shower, enough to wet the whistle, but every good thing from above. We are thankful for whatever He has given us. And Martin Harder tells me that water fountain by the May long weekend could be flowing if they keep those weather forecasts above zero, for sure. And it's a great time as I'm looking at what is happening in the world today. One can complain, one can shout, one can flail, one can accuse, one can blame. Yes, there are some things that are happening we have absolutely no control over. And so, therefore, those things we leave up to God. We have the biggest control of how we respond to how we live. And that's really where it's all about. That's where it's at. How do we respond to circumstances that surround us? We all have a choice. And I've told the story before. I was asked to do a seminar for Alzheimer caretakers. And it had to do with attitude and care. And so my motto, a positive mental attitude to encourage and to serve others, will motivate me to do my best, was always at the front end. It was the anchor of the speech or the seminar, sometimes at the end. Well, I asked, and I would always ask the question, what does it mean to you? And you can answer this. You can send me a text. What does it mean to you to have a positive mental attitude? Well, this elderly gentleman, I'm sure he was in his late 70s, early 80s, very much more elder than I was at that time, but not that much from today. He gets up in a suit and tie, and he says, Mr. Siemens, and he had a heavy German accent. He says, what it means to me is that 7 years ago, my wife was diagnosed with Alzheimer's. And guess what? She was there, dressed up as nicely as he was. The last 5 years, she has not recognized me. And when the doctor told me that she had Alzheimer's, or the start of it, well, he said I could have just simply said, that's it, my life is over. I'm going to just go downhill from here. But he says, I decided by choice that I would make the best of each morning. I would make the best of each day. So in the morning I would get up, he said, and I would thank God for another day, and I would thank God for the privilege of looking after his wife, although she had not recognized him for at least 5 years. That stuck with me. That was early on in my seminar teaching, and I shared that so many times. We have a choice as to how we're going to respond. We have a choice whether we want to be positive or whether we want to be negative. Sure, you may say, well, you don't know my situation. I know I don't, and you don't know mine. But at the same time, God does. And there are some very close friends in my case. They know, and they care and look after me when I need it the most. and sometimes when I don't even need it. So I just wanted to share just a little bit with you this evening, because I'm continuing to recover from vertigo resulting from that fall back in December. That's a half a year ago almost. And can't believe it. Felt like yesterday when I banged on the ice and looked around to see if anybody was watching. And no video cams, nothing. And got up and dusted myself off and went to see how it would do. Well, so at this point I continue to work. I continue to meet all my deadlines for the writing that I do, and I thank God for that. And yes, there are things that one would want to be different. There are things that we would like to change, but some of those things we can't, so we have to make sure we do the best with what we have. So today, I just want to wish you God's richest blessings on a beautiful, beautiful Thursday evening, and may God continue to bless you as you look up to Him for His comfort, guidance, strength, grace, and mercy. Somewhere, somehow, sometime, I will see you again. That Seaman says.